Okay. When most students enter the physical education class, the only thing on their mind is playing games and having fun. However, the evolution of physical education is barely touched on in the classroom. I believe knowing the heritage of physical education allows educators to understand why instruction and curriculum has evolved and how it will continue to change. The changes of physical education have led to the different grade levels of comprehension it should be taught to students. From K to 12, physical education can be divided into four areas of focus: the discipline of physical education itself, exercise and training, sports, and the Olympics. Each of these areas have, I guess, contributed to the curriculum development of physical education instructions. Students developed within the classroom is a huge concern to me within my discipline. Um, I want students to understand the advantages of health and wellness within an individual. Over these few minutes, I will break down how I believe students should develop in the PE class based on grade levels and age. Starting off with kindergarten. Okay, my phone fell. Okay. Starting off with kindergarten in first grade. I believe the teacher should provide opportunities for the students to be able to understand the concept of physical education, meaning at which time the students participate in physical activity and how often the students participate, whether it's at home or in the classroom. The goal of this grade level, I think, is simply to teach the younger kids to keep active. Therefore, it could spark a routine going to future grades. Next, second and third grade is typically the grades where students should be learning about local community sports going on around them. They should start to become fond of sports games such as the ones in the Olympics. This would start the early development for learning the rules of sports and the traditional sports. Also, the environment will have a major role in the influence of certain sports because not all students have the capability to access um, certain equipment to participate in certain sports. For example, when you think of a kid raised in like an area of a poor neighborhood where it's a dry area, let's just say, so kids of that nature won't have experience with swimming. They'll probably be more fit to physical activities such as football. Um, Moving on to a more advanced class, fourth and fifth grade can learn early American history and history of other countries that potentially influence the way physical education is taught in the U.S. Students at this age should be studying where physical education is evolving and the benefits of having physical education within the classroom. As a teacher, I want students researching the history of sports, exercise, the Olympics, and the discipline of physical education itself. In addition, eighth and ninth graders can also learn the history of physical education. Um, students Students will focus on which exercise and training activity was beneficial for previous historians of physical education. They should incorporate those lessons into their own health and everyday life. Um, Lastly, similar to eighth grade and ninth graders, 10th graders through seniors should focus on their everyday health issues. Um, the instructions for these grades levels, I would say, should emphasize the importance of physical education and the life of each student, even after finishing school and becoming an adult. This may result in students making career choices. So basically, to sum it all up, my concerns with PE are hardly addressed in physical education classrooms today. I think that the PE classroom is bigger than what people think it is, and I think reading on the history of physical education can give a different perspective of how and why physical education should be taught at certain grade levels, because at each age, an individual can only take in so much knowledge. that can be relevant to them at the time. So yeah, that's how I feel about my discipline of physical education, and how my concerns going into my clinicals next semester. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.